I'm kicking off a short series of tutorials ranging from about 2 to 5 minutes to help viewers learn to take advantage of new AI tools or build your own. You can even learn things like how to create a fully customized, individualistic AI agent of your own. So, stay tuned. Let's dive right in. There's a number of reasons you might want to customize AI, including personalizing its style of output or making specialized tools available to it so that it can help you get more done. When designing an AI system, you can take an approach that's more collectivistic or individualistic. It's important to know that there are significant differences across a lot of models, but we don't have time to go into those details here today. Just know that if you want high customization, ultimately fine-tuning a model is your gold standard, but there's a number of different approaches you can take to get a great model with a lot less effort. Take these numbers with a grain of salt. They're just rough estimates I provided to give you a feel based on my subjective experience. The engineering of neural networks for large language models is sometimes categorized in terms of individual or group orientation. For instance, OpenAI's ChatGPT models have a single genius or individualistic approach, whereas DeepSeek's models have a panel of experts design pattern that's more group-oriented. I've extended the same idea to agentic AI systems, which are the combination of LLM conversation threads and external information such as the context from conversation history or external tool data. What I consider to be a collectivist approach is to take the context and share it with the LLMs, either copies of the same model or models from different providers, etc., and then centrally summarize and aggregate those responses. An individualistic design pattern, instead, is to have an AI persona that's preserved across multiple conversation turns and is responsible for planning the use of sub-agents, either to break down a complex task into different subtasks and distribute it across independent workers, or to submit the same user query to a selection of different vendors or AI models from different providers or different versions of the models of the same provider, and then allow the AI individual to review each of those responses and intelligently integrate and synthesize each result set. The simplest way of customizing an AI is with prompt engineering, which just means writing customized prompts, and those can be user messages, the same as you'd send in any chat message, or a system message. Those two are not so different under the hood usually, meaning that they're generally treated the same way, except that the AI does typically see the label of a system message as being a system prompt. Since I'm a programmer, I might tell it to do things like avoid using placeholders, because I don't like it when it uses fake values in my code. So avoid using placeholders and instead parameterize each script and set variables at the top. Meaning, instead of making up fake pieces of information in my code, set them as variables and then just let me define those variables as script parameters at the top of my script. Okay, so this is a very simple system message that I might give the AI to customize it, and now I'm going to paste a more advanced one that has some additional details of how I might want to customize my AI. Traditionally, prompt engineering is just applying best practices based on theory and experimentation, but nowadays we do have some automated prompt optimizers. Okay, so here it is. So this is optimizing for GPT 5.1. It allows you to change the model. Unfortunately, these are limited to OpenAI, but again, there's probably a high degree of overlap. Let's paste the prompt and then see what the optimizer comes up with. And there's a link down here as well to go to some of their best practices for prompting. Finally, in fact, there is a GitHub repository that lists a lot of different hacks for prompting ChatGPT and other models. In addition to this really cool repository that lists all the most effective prompts for adding features to your AI agents, which is the only way we used to be able to give them skills prior to the development of MCP servers and official tool support, There's also a site built on this repository that allows you to experiment with them and see them live. Here it is. Right. So feel free to come in here and peruse. Look for additional skills that you may want to give your AI agent.
You could even use these prompts directly on the provider's website,
like chatgpt.com, grok.com, or mistral.ai. Or if you want to get a little bit more advanced, you can sign up for an API, which I totally recommend. In fact, most of the API providers will give you a little bit of free access to them. And then after that, I think you usually need just $5 to get started. $5 can last you a very long time with the AI agent. And then it allows you to use more advanced tools like Anything LLM, which is an all-in-one application you can run on your desktop, your mobile phone, or use as a web app that you host yourself or that's hosted by someone else. And with this, you can combine all the different LLM providers. You can save those prompts permanently and save a lot of other customizations permanently in your AI agent without having to write any code at all whatsoever.
I hope this video has been helpful or at least entertaining. Until next time, I'm Jason Rand and this is Post-socialist.com.